Testing. Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome to another day, another beautiful day. Today is Saturday. Welcome. It's October 19th, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Guys, we're coming at you with exciting news here. Now, the markets may potentially sell off this week, and it could retrace back down to 454, which would be an amazing opportunity for traders if they could pick it up on this 200-day moving average down in this 455 460 area. It looks like it'd be about an 8% pullback. If that does happen, we can see this push up to another 10-11%, which would be just fantastic. Okay, that's what's going on with the markets for this week to come. Now, the markets can potentially sell off. They have been kind of fighting some resistance. Markets did close right here on the 18th. So I'm excited to see what happens. Does it go back up to 496 or even to 498? Or does it get rejected and start this downward trend cycle that we're kind of seeing already? Now, in other related news for this week to come, crypto hasn't really moved much. Now, Mara, I am invested in Mara. I've been buying these dips very nicely. You can't really see it on the 30-minute, but basically buying in these lower areas here. I bought here and then buying also at the 18.5 and then selling at 18.50, buying again at 18.50 and holding. I was going to sell some at 19 and I thought about it and I sold a little bit and then I got immediately back in at 18.80. So very interesting to see what it's going to happen with this. It could potentially pull back a little bit to that SMA line, but I'd love to see this push up, 20 to $25. Bitcoin right now is pushing up. It's kind of stagnant actually. It's actually a little lower than where it was when it closed on Friday, right now mid Saturday. So we still have all of Saturday night, all of Sunday and Sunday night to see what happens as far as the open. Now, if it stays within this area here on Friday, right, you see that little line? We're going to go ahead and draw another horizontal yellow line right about, let's go mid. Let's go high. Go high right there. So that's kind of where it closed as far as uh, the week went, right? As far as Friday went, this looks like right where it closed Friday at 6 o'clock. We're gonna have to bring this down a little bit. Looks like it closed right around in that area at 68.43. So if Monday comes and it's still in this area, then Mara's not going to move much. If it comes down to the 66, 65 range, then we could see Mara push back easily to like, you know, 18, maybe even $17 again. Again, this is on the higher end. We have been trading this for quite some time. It is on that higher scale here as far as those red levels are concerned. A lot of these are now going to switch to support levels as it is trading higher than these levels. And I hope this doesn't get you too, I hope it doesn't distract you or get you too, overwhelmed. These are just key areas that I've noticed in the last couple of weeks or months since trading Mara. So this coming week, we're going to prepare this week, okay? We're preparing the week for success so that way we can make some money. Now, usually I typically make anywhere from, a couple $100 a week to closer to $1,000 a week now. But also I've had those hiccups where I've lost, I've had a bad week, lost $800 in a week, almost 1,000. So with good days come bad days, and now it's just learning about risk management and moving forward and pushing those those levels, right? When you're doing good, add more. When you're not doing so good, back off a little bit. Take those days of rest. If you feel like you're over trading, take those days to off. Just because we're day traders doesn't mean we have to trade every single day. So we want to make sure that we're aware of that as well. And at the same time, we want to make sure that we're having fun doing it, right? We're here to make money, but we're also here to have a good time, not to take stuff so seriously. Again, a lot of times once you get to my point, or any point where you're starting to see profits, um, you then begin to realize that a lot of these profits are going to be profits off of money that you already profited. So it's kind of like free money making you more money. And after a while, it becomes really risk free because if, say, you start an account with $500 and now your account size is $5,000, all on um, you trading up, not reinvesting any money, you can pull that initial $500 that you put in, you can take that out now, right? You'd be comfortable taking it out. You have $5,000, it'd be 4,500 now. You got your initial investment back, and all of this $4,500 that you made over the course of, say, a few months or a year is now free money that you earned from trading. So you did have to put a little blood, sweat, and tears into it, but you basically made it out of thin air. You didn't have to work hard for it. You didn't have to use, actual blood and sweat to make it, right? We just made a few button clicks on the computer, educated guesses, had some really good hypotheses and theories on the direction of which way the market's going to go, or the way the stock or ETF's going to go, and we made money. Now at that, you have zero risk, right? In a way, you have zero risk because all this money is now risk free because it was made technically out of thin air, right? And I've been thinking a lot about that lately. Um, been thinking a lot about that lately. Just not taking so much emotion into it, and it's actually been helping with the trading journey a lot. And that's where I was at the beginning. It's just money. You're gonna have bad days where you're down $100 or $1,000. You have days where you're up 100 or $1,000, and just as easily as you can make money, you can lose money. That's the point of this: is preparing for this coming week, making educated guesses on which way the market's gonna go, the direction it's gonna take, and then deciding, do we double down and add to these positions, or are we simply going to wait to buy more? That is the big question. And or have to sell and cut our losses, or just get out and break even. A lot of different variables. Now, I do like how Bitcoin is touching off of this 45-day moving average here. It's still above the 200-day moving average, so it's still showing signs that it is very bullish. Okay, now it is just below where we closed on Friday afternoon as far as the market closed. Now, Bitcoin is 24/7, so it's always open. But at the same time, if we can see a nice bounce and we get some clear movement above this level here, so I thought I could 8 arrows. Yeah, here we go. If we can get a nice arrow here, okay, and it starts showing signs of upward direction, then if it breaks this area, we can see this go possibly to 69, maybe even 70,000, which would just be incredible, right? But it doesn't seem like that may be happening right now. We want to wait to see what happens, and we want clear direction. The last thing we want, oops, sorry about that. The last thing we want is for this to go down. I mean, honestly, I don't care which way it goes. It can go down if it wants to, because we're going to make money off of it either way. So if it goes down, we can buy some more. And if it goes up, then we may consider either trying to buy more on that rise up, or consider just locking in profits where it is and waiting for it to come down a little. What you don't want, though, is to buy up here. Okay. What you don't want is to uh, buy. Do not buy here. Okay. Do not buy up here in this range unless there's a clear sign of a breakout. What you want to do rather is, now that this would be blue, right, because this is now past the resistance, which creates now a strong support. And remember, the yellow line is just the area where it closed. So we're just pinpointing the price where it closed Friday at 6 p.m. my time is when our market technically closes. Um, is it 6? Yeah, it's 6, which is 8. Yeah, 1800. Okay. So right there, the market closed. So it's below where the market is. Okay. And we don't necessarily want to buy here. If it breaks this area, maybe we buy some down here, right? We buy a little bit in this area as it rises up. Or wait for it to sell off and we buy more down in this area. And I love that we can now do this little text function here. make it very simple. So then I would buy technically down here in this area. This is where you'd want to buy. Buy here in this area. Maybe white was better off. White? I mean, it looks okay. Right? And it may not come down to this area. By the time Friday comes, this green line could already be up to a new level. If it stays true to its trend, this can continue to rise, and we may be buying down, maybe around this level once it bounces at 66,000, right? So with that said, Mara has the potential, I wish we could kind of correlate this a bit better, but we go to the 30-minute, okay? Same thing, right? I mean, you can see it just as I can see it. Would want to technically buy here, this area, boom. Come Monday morning, if it is down in these $18 levels, something like that, 18, 50-ish levels. I'm thinking it might be around 1850, especially with this 200-day moving average. It continues to trend up the way it is, and it's not super aggressive. Then, like I said, maybe we're buying down in the 18s. Okay. Now, what I don't want you to do is to buy up here. Sorry for the loud noise. You do not want to buy up here without confirmation of it pushing up. Okay, because you can buy here at 19, and then it can pull back all the way down to 16, 18. Even if it pulls back to 18 from $19, you'll get smoked. $19 to $18, that's $1 per share. If you have 100 shares, you lose 100 bucks. Okay, if you only have like 10 shares, you only lose 10 bucks. It's kind of whichever, if you have 1,000 shares, lose 1,000 bucks. So I wouldn't necessarily buy here just for the simple fact that it could possibly sell off come the morning. Now, if there is a lot of pressure, if Bitcoin does end up pushing up past these levels, then we may consider wanting to get in as early as possible on Monday morning, because this thing could potentially shoot to previous levels of $23, even $27. I believe it even got as high as $34 back in February. This is where it started trading it previously, as you can see here. So there is potential with Mara. Okay, there's channels, there's areas where we can identify opportunity to make money and consistently make money every single time that we trade, because we're identifying these setups, these pullbacks, these opportunities to make more money. Now, Mara, ticker symbol MARA, moves about 6%, anywhere from 4 to 6% a day. Sometimes you get lucky and you get those 10% moves. This is up 8% in a single day, buying from $17.10 and selling at $18.50. You would have locked in over your 8%, or about $1.50 per share. That's 150 bucks in a single day. Now, doing this over the course of a week, making a little less than 10%, you can see easily a 30 to 50% profit, say 30 to 40% profit per week off of just one company like this. It bounced off of this trend line and pushed up. There was 9%. Right here, same thing, another 7%, another 7, that's 14, that's 23%. We said this one was, what was this one? Was it 6 or 7? Another 8, that's 30% already. And then Friday, when it pushed up from 18.25 to 19, another 4.5%. So you're already looking at 35% in profits in a single week. If you had $1,000 on Monday, you would have $1,350 on Friday. And what's great about that is the compound effect, right? If you had 1,000 here and you made your first 10%, you now have 1,100. You put your 1,100 into the next day, now you have another 7%, on 1,000, that's 70 bucks, 80-ish with that extra 100. Okay, so now you have closer to $1,200, another 7.5%. Now you have closer to, 1,300. Right here, you're closer to 1,400, and then you're reinvesting with say $1,400 for a 5%, and you're making some decent money, right? You're up 150 bucks, almost $200 come Friday. So you started making, $90 here, about 70, another 80, another 90, and then at the end now you're making close to 100 bucks on 5%, or 200 bucks if you're able to get 10%. So it adds up very quickly, guys, and you don't need a lot. I mean, you could have even just held. Holding your 1,000 shares down at this point where we started seeing it go up from these lows of $15 to highs of 19, 25% very easily in a week. Okay, make 250 bucks off of $1,000 investment in a week. Not bad. Or go the route that I took and trade it daily and make a little more than that, make closer to $350. So make about $100 more, putting a little bit more time into it every day, but you know, very easy money. $350 to $400 in a week. I'll take it. That seems to be my average right now. With this small account, and this account, like I said, if you're only trading $1,000, great. I'm not risking more than 25% of my positions, my account size on this challenge. So I have 4 grand in it, only using 1,000 per trade. So worst case scenario, I lose a few $100 off of that 1,000. Hopefully not. Say my highest loss should be only about $20, $20 to $50 maximum loss per trade. I'd love like about $10 max loss. I don't give myself a little cushion, so I'm saying about $20 to $50 just because Mara is a little bit more volatile. And with that, that's not bad. And you still got 3 grand on reserve, just kind of there in case you see other opportunities, other trades, or something come up, or just the ability to have those settled funds the very next day if you do happen to hold overnight with that 1,000, or don't trade until after hours or pre-market next day, something like that. So it opens up a lot of potential once you have more money. Same thing with, say taking $400 and you use $100 for each trade. Well, $100 at, almost 20 bucks, you could buy 5 shares very easily. 5 shares, that's $100, and you still have $300 more to invest in other companies, use the next day, or even average down or average up with that position, right? Having a quarter of a position size is great because if you put in $100 and it goes down 10%, you'll lose 10 bucks. But if you go all in and you put, say, $1,000, say that's your entire account size, and it goes down 10%, that's $100 right off the bat, right? 10 bad trades, a little less, like 9 or 10 bad trades can seriously put you back to break even, or even a negative account, or not even negative, just zero. Hey, I started with 1,000, took 10 bad trades, and now I have 50 bucks in my account, right? So starting small can help a lot. Now, same thing with making profit. If you only have 10 shares of a company, it goes up $1, you're only going to make 10 bucks. But if it goes up $1 and you have 100 shares, you'll make 100 bucks. It's very simple math. So I hope this, guys, prepares you a little bit for Monday to come. I will try to do another one of these videos tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, so we're going to be doing our Sunday night stock talk, going over a little bit more in depth exactly what I think is going to be happening tomorrow morning, or Monday morning. And then I'm also going to be going over a couple of these oversold companies as far as like DJT. Is it going to be able to go from 30 back to 35? Nvidia, can it push from 138 back to 140? TQQQ, which is basically the NASDAQ market, and what direction is it going to take? Tesla, also not doing great, but has so much potential to do good. As well as Coca-Cola, starting its upward trend back to $73 from that 68 mark. And even Lunar, LUNR, pushing from $6.70 all the way up to $8.70. A nice $2 move. Can it push up more? I cannot wait to see until Monday. XPEV or XPEV also has the potential to be oversold and push up from this $10, $11 mark to $14, making about $3 per share, guys. If you had 100 shares of this, that'd be $1,000. It goes up to 14. You make $400 off of this trade. So very excited to see what happens there. Oxygen bouncing off of that 93-cent mark. I was trading this previously from $1 to $2, and now it's underneath $1. So very curious to see what happens there. And Intel pushing from 21.50 up to 22.76, guys. Potential to go up to 23, even to 24.66. If it catches that momentum and crosses over this 200-day moving average. So I'm so excited to see what happens with Sunday night stock talk tomorrow night, and with our Monday morning Learn to Earn live day trading session. Now, if you guys are tuning in for the first time, we go live every single morning at market open, usually. But this week, we're doing it a little bit different. Daylight savings time is coming next week. Not this week, but the week prior. So I think we have like 2 weeks left. Daylight savings time will be coming, and we will actually have to transition from 7:30 a.m. market opens to 6:30 a.m. market opens. It's going to be pretty intense. I got to wake up an hour earlier, just like the rest of the world technically has to do either way, but I'm still going to provide you with some amazing content. Super excited to get back into trading the open of the market every day. I know we had a lot of success trading between 7:30 and 8:30, about 30 minutes to an hour, and now we'll be able to trade from 6:30 to 7:30. Still be able to get my daughter off to school and still enjoy the day. It's a little earlier, but hey, we get money locked in even quicker than most people would. And it's great be able to wake up, lock in even $100, $200 on a single day, and know that your bills are paid. You have the rest of the day to enjoy and do whatever you want. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and remember, smash that like button. Helps other people just like you find this channel, okay? And if you did find it informational, educational, inspirational, motivational, or any of those things in between, find any sort of value in it, definitely consider subscribing. Thank you guys for your time. And like always, remember, let's end the year on a green note. And we'll see you all in the next video.